So today I'm called to do a repair on the Far Niente, and it's a repair caused by a damage from the crane. So I got my repair kit right here, and I'm gonna go up the steps. Alright, so here is this repair that I'm gonna fix. So the first thing I'm gonna do is use my Dremel tool and clean out the edges, open it up, and then pack that with some wet system. So here's the catch here. The captain doesn't know what color this is. All we know it's white, and it's difficult to guess a color. So as a painter, you never guarantee a match. And even if we were to use the exact color from the manufacturer, this paint is maybe 10 years old, maybe more. So putting new paint on old paint, it's never gonna be a match. And this is the trouble we as painters run into with different owners or captain. They expect you to do magic. There is no magic when it comes to painting. The color is madder on white, we paint with madder on white. You put new paint on old paint, it's gonna stand out automatically. So in this case, he doesn't know the color, I doesn't know the color, so we have agreed that I'm gonna just choose cloud white to do the repair. It's gonna stand out, but this is what it is. It is what it is. Stay tuned. So now that I've cleaned out all the broken pieces from that repair, I'm gonna use a small piece of 120 grit sandpaper and just clean out outer edges. That way I'm gonna get good adhesion when I apply my wet system. So the next step will be to mix up some wet system, and I'm gonna use a little 406 in there because it's deep, and when it's deep like that, I don't want to use the single part 3M filler, because the 3M filler usually shrink. For big stuff like that, it's really gonna shrink. The wet system is hard, and I'm gonna leave it dry overnight, and tomorrow sand it down, and if I got any little pinholes or small areas, I will use the 3M filler. Hey, morning.
How's it going?
Good, good.
Like a pint for pet.
Yeah.
Never fun, but I like it.
Yep. So here I'm at, I mixed some wet system. Actually, I have 2 batches of wet system mixed. So this is wet system mixed with some 406 adhesive filler, and this goes in the bottom of the repair. This stuff is adhesive and it gets really hard, and that's what we want. And then for the finish, I leave a little space to add the same West system mixed with 410. The 410 is a fairing filler, so I just glaze the top surface with the 410, and that allows me to sand it very easily. This 406 gets really hard, so sanding it, it's like sanding a rock, and it's adhesive, so that will stick to the fiberglass. And this would be for my finish. I use a sanding block and just break it down nice and even, and then I should be ready for primer. So stay tuned. As you can see, we're back in the VI, we're back for business. A cruise ship is in today, and there's a carrier with some yachts on board. They are offloading some yachts, so we're back for business, open for business. So now that we got the hardener in there, and it's like almost like a peanut butter texture, we're just gonna feel that. Get it all pressed in there. So I'm gonna sink it in a little bit so I could put the 410. This is with the 406, so I'm not bringing it all the way over. I'm just leaving some space for the 410, which is the fairing filler. So now we glaze in the repair with the 410 filler. Gonna bring it a little higher than the surface, so then I could break it down, cut it down tomorrow when I sand it. So I'm gonna make it just a little higher. And that should sand pretty easy tomorrow. 410. So that has gases in there that has to escape. So overnight we'll give it at least 24 hours to gas out. Kenny's Yacht Maintenance, we're working smarter, not harder. Today is day 2, and I'm gonna be sanding, block sanding the repair. It is solid hard, so I'm gonna take my block, my PVC block, and use some adhesive stuff, and start off with a 120, and then 180, and then 220, and take it down nice and easy. This is a view of the Crown Bay Marina. Cruise ship dock on the other side. No cruise ship today. Now it's important to sand in a circular motion. Circular motion. That way you bring that surface, that repaired surface, down nice and even. And I'm using a 2" by 1.25" block sander, and I'm just doing the circular motion. Now that I've sanded the repaired area with a sanding block, I'm gonna use this glazing putty to take care of some pinholes, little pinholes. So I'm just gonna smear it just to fill in all the little pinholes, and then give it a few minutes, sand it again, and it's gonna be ready for primer. Now it's time to roll some Awlgrip 545 primer on. I got my setup in a box to prevent accidents. So I will let that sit for a few minutes and give it a second and third coat. Today is day 3 and we got a ship in town. Celebrity cruise. Beautiful day in St. Thomas Virgin Islands. So today is day 3, and I was able to get 3 or 4 coats of primer on it yesterday, rolled on. So I got a nice build-up of primer, and this morning I'm gonna be using a block sander. Start off with 320 sandpaper, and I'm gonna bring it down nice and slowly. And you gotta, the trick is to really take it down in circular motion, and feather out the edges. And then I'm gonna spread the tip and hit that 1/2" outer layer with 600 grit sandpaper, and tip it all up, get it ready, and spray it on. I was told yesterday by the new captain that the color is stark white, Alex Seal stark white, but there's no Alex Seal distributor on island, so I'm gonna use Awlgrip stark white. I've already explained to the captain it's gonna stand out. This paint is over 10 years old. You put in new paint on old paint, I always let them know it's still gonna stand. It's gonna be brighter. The repair is gonna be brighter than the existing paint, and it's a lot of times it's hard to get that into the heads of captains or owners. They just expect you to do magic. Painters are not magicians. So we're ready for painting. I got it sanded down pretty good, and if you look closely you will see the shadow of the repair, but there is primer over the repair. It's important not to burn through your primer, because the paint doesn't stick very well to just the repair, the wet system. The paint sticks to primer, So even if you could see the shade of the repair, there is primer over the repair. So that's important. So we're getting ready to spray some paint on and let it sit and pull the tips tomorrow. We'll be all done. The moment we've been waiting for. So I got the first coat on, and if you look closely, I toned down my gun so I could narrow it down to just the repair. So I basically get coverage over the repair area, and then for the second coat I'm gonna go a little over the repair area. I'm not gonna bring paint all the way to the tip yet. I'm gonna wait for the last coat to bring paint all the way to the tip. So stay tuned. So I just wrapped up giving this thing 3 coats of paint, and here is what she looks like. I will pull the tips tomorrow, buff the edges, and she will be all done. This is the close-up right here. Welcome back. Another beautiful day, St. Thomas Virgin Islands. We got another cruise ship in dock today. Celebrity Cruise. Let's check out the painting final finish. There we go with my painting area. Look closely. This is the final finish. I pull the tapes, remove all my paper, and this is the exact spot where the painting was done. And I got a pretty good match with Awlgrip stack white on Awlgrip on Alexil stack white, and it's a pretty good blend considering the existing paint is over 10 years old. I got a pretty good blend, so both colors are pretty much the same, Awlgrip and Alexil. As we say in painting, you never guarantee a match. New paint on old paint, you could never guarantee a match, but we run into those problems all the time with captains or owners that expect you to match new paint and old paint. It's impossible. You get it close sometimes, and a lot of times it's way off. A 10-year-old paint, 15-year-old paint, it's impossible to match it with new paint. Kenny's Yacht Maintenance, located in St. Thomas US Virgin Islands. We're working smarter and not harder. Another happy payday, happy customer. We at Kenny's Yacht Maintenance, that's what we look for. Smiling customers. Kenny's Yacht Maintenance.